playing a lot more together. They've made life easier. Jason's home all day, and we do school in the morning, and then at 10:30 he takes them all outside for recess, so it gives me like 30 minutes of quiet time to myself.
Allie's been home from school, and I've decided that I'm not doing all the chores around this joint. We've started every morning, everybody has a chore that they do, so they've been pretty good at it.
What about not so helpful?
Oh, that's a big one.
Maybe like the spontaneous WWE session in the middle of the kitchen, like during cooking time or something like that.
We're all home 24/7, and I guess the kids don't really realize that Jason's a parent too when he's home during the day. So if I'm doing 600 things, they're like, "Mommy, Mommy." I'm like, "Yeah, he's right there, sitting by himself, doing nothing. Go ask him." So it's fun.
The Mary Poppins power, you know, like you walk into a messy room and you just snap your fingers and everything magically goes back into place, and you know, she's like, the job's a game.
Snap my fingers and have a healthy, delicious meal completed that everyone's gonna eat and no one's gonna complain.
And definitely to be an octopus, you need 8 arms, most certainly.
I'd like to snap my fingers like Mary Poppins and like everything goes into place. That would be awesome.
That the hours between nap time and bedtime are actually 3,979,352 hours every single day.
How rewarding it is, I think, to really just, you know, being able to raise a child, watch them grow into their own little person. I think it's a gift from God. I mean, everyone tells you how exhausting it is, but I mean, it's exhausting. I mean, when they're little, it's a totally different type of exhausting, and it doesn't go away. It just is different, exhausting.
Was the enormous amount of love that I could have for this child. But then I became a grandma. And look out, there isn't absolutely anything I wouldn't do for that child.
I think what surprises me the most is just the ability to do it, to do the mom thing. I remember at the beginning, before I had my first kid, I was just wondering, how am I going to keep him alive? How am I going to do the doctor appointments and make sure that the foods are okay and make sure that, you know, he gets good schooling and whatnot. And you just do it. When you're in it, you just learn to do it. And I think that's what surprised me the most.
Give me peace, because I think that's been a big thing. Is like, you know, just letting it be in his hands and know that I don't have control.
It's been really humbling the amount of times that I want to just wallop one of my kids, or but they're just so frustrating that I hear this little voice in the back of my head go, "Yeah, you do the same thing to me."
I was thinking about this, and I'm like, how is God showing up? He shows up every day, but how has he really shown himself? And we know that everyone's made like in God's own image, and we've had 10 kids in our house, which I don't think a lot of people can say they've helped raise 10 kids, or 10 babies even for a day, but I feel like it's God showing himself through each kid. Like we get a glimpse of himself through every kid that comes in our house, even if it's for a day, for a year, however long they're there. I think he really shows up in our foster kids.
Ask for help, to be honest.
Not sweat the small stuff. Just pick your battles. Don't get bogged down with things. You need energy for a lot when you're a mom.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't major on minors. Enjoy every season of your child's life, from potty training to baseball games, to graduation, to weddings, to grandchildren. Every step is a blessing.
Just have as much grace for yourself as God has for you, because we're all human and we all fail. That's why we have a God that is very gracious and, thank goodness, in charge of everything. We're not in charge of all the outcomes of what happens for our kids.
Like, don't compare yourself. It's really important that, like, I think every baby is different. Oh my goodness. Every baby is different. Every situation is different. Every marriage is different. And I think, like, we just go through social media and we think that, oh, everyone's life is perfect, and I think it's really important that we just don't compare ourselves to other people and know that our situation is our own.
It's okay not to be perfect, that God made you the parent for your child and the child for you and created you two together, that He doesn't expect you to be perfect all the time, and it's okay.
Be mindful of the present. That's a big one, and that's still something I pray about every day. I feel like moms, we always have a to-do list, a checklist, and we get so busy, you know, wrapped up in all the things that we have to do and plan for. So I would definitely say just being mindful of the present and enjoying the moment.
I think it's really important for moms to find a group of other moms to walk alongside, whether it's older moms or younger moms, finding those ladies that can support you and know what you're going through.
Today, Crossroads celebrates all women, from expectant moms to birth moms to adopted moms, grandmoms, and spiritual moms. We honor you today and say Happy Mother's Day.